Leather tanning is as old as mankind, used for protection, shelter from the environment, and tools. Leather is known for its durability and its longevity in use. No other industry goes further back than tanning pelts into leather. Even before paper, cotton fabric, anything, there was always leather available from skins, which is a byproduct from the food. From cavemen to motorcycle racers, leather provides an essential protection, an art form that evolved from some of the most beautiful creations in fashion and luxury. But it will always be an essential and necessary part of our lives for protection and longevity in use. I learned the craft and the art of tanning leather in some of the legendary tanneries in Europe and South America. There's nothing more beautiful to me than a perfectly tanned leather hide. My roots are in the small backwoods tanneries, where the art of leather was passed down from generation to generation. The way that our technology is built is, when you think of Lego, we have created a technology where we have different building blocks, and every building block has a different technology. These building blocks can be infused into the leather during the tanning process and will change the DNA of the leather. Where the leather was not waterproof, from a natural character, we make it waterproof. Where the leather had a low abrasion, we build in a higher abrasion rating. Where the leather is not as soft or as grip fast, we build in another block. Same thing for the fire retardancy, for the water repellency, and so on. And these blocks are interchangeable. That means we can add, subtract a whole variety of benefit and features into one leather, or just one, or just two. That means it gives us an enormous flexibility to address every environmental challenge of the leather. And we make the right leather for the right job, for the right tool. One of the big parts of the Durahide technology here at Mechanics is that we are designing, developing, researching our own chemical compounds and using as many non-toxin and as many natural products as possible. That allows us to start our standard at the REACH compliance. This also means that we do not have to sacrifice any benefit or features by eliminating chemical compounds to fall within any of the environmental compliances that are set worldwide. Now that we talked about the history of leather and the Durahide technology and what challenges we had to overcome, let me show you a little bit about what the actual benefit and features are of the Durahide technology. We have several features and benefits, and I just want to highlight a few by saying we have an unmatched conductivity process that renders all leathers conductive, used on iPads, iPhones, flight decks, on any type of touchscreen. It is unmatched because it is the only one that has no expiration time. It is the only one that does not require a secondary product or a secondary compound in the leather. The entire leather, back of the hand, inside, and fingertips are conductive. We also have one of the unmatched fire retardant technologies, which we developed for the military, which we don't allow any type of ignition, any type of afterglow. Also, we use that technology in the airplane industry. As to the daily use in the working environment, glove environment, besides these heat resistance attributes and features, and for welding, very important is obviously the breathability. Non-breathable leather will cause sweating of the hands. Sweating of the hands will cause bacteria buildup. And especially nowadays, we know what can happen with bacteria buildup. I have an example where we filled a water pump with leather membrane of Durahide technology in the middle. The water is on top, air on the bottom, which we easily can demonstrate the high breathability of the leather, yet there's no water coming through and penetrating and would be penetrating the hand. That means we coined it the air moisture management, which means air can escape, thus the hand is not going to sweat, but moisture cannot penetrate the leather. The other thing is we have a good example of the water repellency. Although leather has some water repellency, where the water just necessarily doesn't sink in right away, but compared to the Durahide technology, whereas water repellency takes a whole new standard. You will see that immediately the water will penetrate the leather, will seep through the leather, and not only will it increase the weight by 15 times, and if you think about wearing a glove and suddenly the glove weighs 15 times more than when you put them on, it's naturally a big, big minus. Here we see clearly that the water repellency is a constant, and we could let it sit until the water actually evaporates. With leather, it is like with any mechanical job. You need the right leather, the right substrate for the right job. You cannot use any leather for every job there's out, for every environment that is out there and that you're challenged by. So a very big part of the Durahide technology starts out with identifying the right substrate. And by substrate, I mean if it is a cow leather, if it is a boar leather, if it is a goat leather, if it is a sheep leather, whatever the environment asks for and whatever the use expects and demands, this is the leather we have to choose, the substrate we have to choose. If it is a tactical glove that has to have conductivity and high dexterity and grip fastness, we use a special substrate and the right substrate, for example, sheep or goat. Or if it is a hard-wearing glove, then we use our patented boar buck or patented boar leather, which has the highest abrasion rating in the market today.